I'm Jack Briseno from Napperville, Illinois. Jack was my husband, and Jack was a kind, gentle man who absolutely loved music and loved being with his family and friends. Almost 5 years ago, he was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And as the years went on, it got progressively worse, went into his bones, and it was very difficult for him to sit comfortably. Jack could not get in and out of our bed anymore. When you think of recliner, there's one store that pops into your mind. Called them up, said, "Do you sell lift chairs?" They said yes. We went over there that day and we're excited because we thought here was something that Jack was going to be comfortable in, and we did not realize till the chair came home that the people there didn't know anything about what Jack needed. They had just one size, and once we got it home and realized it didn't fit him, his feet didn't touch the ground, we really just didn't know, how this was going to work for him. And it was probably a couple days later I needed to go over to Oswald's to pick up a couple of adaptive equipment things for Jack.
We've been in town for about 143 years now. The store was originally opened by my great-great-great-grandfather. So I'm 6th generation to work for the store, which is pretty cool. So the store was downtown Napperville, about a mile away from here. So we were there from about 1875 to 2004. Moved out here, Naperville Plaza here. Downtown Naperville just got more congested here. We've got more parking. We're by 2 grocery stores, so just a great location for our customers.
And walked into the showroom of all of these chairs lined up. He called up Jack and said, "I think we made a big mistake."
When she saw these chairs and saw what they could do, she was pretty disappointed with her previous purchase.
Because I realized that now there were people that knew something about a product and weren't just selling a chair. It was the fit that was the most important thing. We spent hours there with Alex, letting Jack try out chairs, explaining the product. Loved the fact that it was made in the USA. When Jack sat in this chair, he really did cry. He's like, where was this a year ago? And eventually bought our first one. We have a cabin up in Whitewater, Wisconsin, and Jack was not able to go there, which was one of his favorite places to go, because wasn't comfortable to be in a couch, wasn't comfortable, he couldn't sleep in a bed. And so then I get the idea, let's find out if we can buy a chair and send one up to Wisconsin. So we found another medical supply company up in Wisconsin, and that was chair number 2.
After she got that one for her husband, she came back a few months later and wanted 2 more.
I needed one on every level so that he can come upstairs, maybe sleep up in the bedroom.
James and our DME manager, Jerry, went and delivered those 2. So then she had chairs on every floor, which we just thought was really cool. The first time we've ever seen that for a customer.
And then one in the basement so he can enjoy. Jack loves to have parties with music. One thing he always wanted was to have his friends come and jam outside and bring the keyboard out and have someone playing piano, and we'd all be singing and be out on the deck. And Jack was sitting in the chair and they were setting up outside, and the guy said, well, Jack's not going to be listening to the music outside. Guys came in, lifted up the chair, put it out on the deck, plugged it in, and then Jack was able to sit out there while we were playing music and singing songs, and
Jack's birthday.
He was able to do things he wanted to do. Music always surrounded everything that he liked to do.
We're looking forward to a great night tonight. Lisa's here. She's going to open up the show.
My name is Rich Moore. I own Shanahan's in Woodridge, Illinois. Met Jack through some good friends of mine, Dave and Donna Rice.
We met Jack and Kathy through my husband, who plays with the Crying Shames. Jack took us on many different adventures. As a matter of fact, Dave and I, we don't know what we would do without Jack and Kathy, because we'd be sitting in our home.
Larry Ortega, right there on the drums.
So I've done open mics in jazz and blues over the years for many, many, many years.
This evening will take on a life of its own as artists walk through here with like gunslingers. With
Jack picked up the mic and he did a better job than me.
All about that.
Sometimes the place is standing room only on Thursday nights, and a lot of times, truthfully, people came because Jack was MC. It would just be an amazing night of music, and Jack was pretty instrumental in that.
I changed the name to Jack Briseno Presents. We call this our favorite day of the week.
Jack would go to Shanahan's anywhere from 2 to 4 times a week to listen to music, and he was not even making it more than 5 minutes a week or at all. Pillow, he has a blanket. There were times we would bring a canvas director's chair. So I asked the owner if we can store a golden lift chair there.
I says, are you kidding me?
And he said yes.
He said that was the only way he could get out of the house and be comfortable was with a golden chair. So we had a chair, it was on sale, just a junior petite, so a small one, and she's like, that'll be perfect in the bar, it'll fit right there. So that was the first delivery my team ever did to a bar.
I've never delivered a chair to a bar before, and it was kind of different, definitely. And it was just, hey, bringing the chair on in, this is where it's gonna go, and it was neat, yeah.
Because Kathy brought a chair here, and because Rich made room for this chair for Jack, Jack could be here on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and he can endure the pain, and he could stay in his seat, and it would be comfortable for him, and he would be able to enjoy the music, and selfishly we'd be able to enjoy him. As far as that chair goes, it paid for itself like 100 times over because Jack was able to be with us.
This is a photo from my graduation in December. It meant a lot. He was able to be there the entire night for the graduation party.
I mean, to see this guy smile on his face and to see him smile and close his eyes when he wasn't feeling good, and I would take the mic back and I would act as the MC at that time. And then when it was time for him to say a few words, I would hand the mic back to him and he would close up the show with his favorite line, which is, "These are the good old days."
Yeah, his favorite line at the end would tell everyone, these are the good old days. And he just wanted everyone to enjoy the music.
If you go in there and you ask anybody, they'll say, these are the good old days. And that's what Jack would end the evening. Take care of each other. These are the good old days. It's like bizarre because it's Jack and all of his little personality are in that chair now. If you look at that chair, you're like, it's Jack in a chair form because all those memories start flooding back about Jack, about how kind he was, how thoughtful he was, how cool he was, what a person, what type of person that he was as far as making you laugh and think about not to sweat the small stuff and to enjoy the moment. That was Jack. He lives on through all the music.
How's it going?
Good.
Piece of bread.
Hi there.
Hey, how are you again?
Good to see you.
Come on in.
On behalf of Rich Golden, if you want, we have a newer chair called the Twilight, which reclines all the way back. It's the same color as that chair, if you'd like it. I know you have multiple chairs, but I don't know if you want another one.
Now you have me speechless. I don't know what to say. I mean,
We could upgrade one for you. Take out one away. You can have an extra.
An extra.
Whatever you want to do.
You know, it would be Jack's doing, so here, I won't be able to.
You know, you used to work with the VFW you mentioned.
Yeah.
I'm sure we could find,
A vet.
you know,
I could
either
probably
a vet
find
from
a
the
vet. Yeah, that would be wonderful. I don't know what to say. Thank you. Wow. Jack was here and you were interviewing Jack. He probably would be crying. The chair gave him, you know, some freedom. He would say things like it saved his life. He couldn't believe how comfortable he felt that he'd be able to sleep, how his back didn't hurt when he was in the chair. Back in November, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, had to have my thyroid removed. Before I left the hospital, they went through this whole big thing about how I had to watch how I got out of bed because of the strain that it would be on my neck area. And I come home and I look at the chair and I'm like, I know where I'm sleeping. Probably for 2-3 weeks, I stayed in the lift chair. It lifted me up. I didn't have to put any strain on me. And I knew what Jack meant. Being able to press a button and have it just lift me up so there was no strain or anything. And I got what Jack meant in regards to how important it was to have something like this for us. Oh, I could feel that around there. Wow. Daughter's pregnant and it's like, You may want to take one of these chairs. This could help you. Gosh, you guys did good. Wish Jack could be in this chair. Who's ever heard of anyone having 5 chairs? I mean, they're not $100 each. I knew it would make his life better. And so I wanted that for him. So it didn't really matter what they cost. What mattered was he was comfortable and that he could go to Shanahan's and listen to his music and bring the music to others. That was what he was about.